Doesn't really feel like it fits the style of either of these teams, but could be interesting to see anyway.
So here we are. It is Ankara, and it is Anubis versus unKnights. Where are we going with this one? We are on board with HDZ, and now we're on board with Dipsy, who's just having a little bit of a peek. Everyone just kind of feeling out the map, especially in these first 1 or 2 rounds.
Yeah. Note that the global risk. Okay, well, HDZ going to start us off with a fiery kill underneath. That's going to get them in the lead here as Dipsy trying to get pretty aggressive. Doesn't actually get hit by any of those bullets. And he will get out scot-free. But, yeah, very nice pick-off to start us off here from HDZ. As Anubis were just trying to get a feel for the middle of the map. And they get shut down.
So, yeah, 1-for-1 trade. Pietro already off the board. Hussam also off the board. Snare, where is he going to go? Is he going to go towards the office? Is he going to jump up here? Yeah. Cool. Yep. Does get the drop on HDZ, but HDZ was good to it as well. Got a pot shot off on his own. Didn't connect, but is enough to cause both players to retreat to their respective safe zones, where they're well covered by their teammates. But look at this. They're going to make this nice, easy, clear push. Only MKZ waiting. He's going to see this. He's going to give out the call, and everyone else is probably going to rush through that A passageway and rush. They need to, because this is all Anubis. Anubis have this completely taken, but MKZ tags Doom and takes him off the board with a very nice headshot through the smoke. And that is very nice. And we do see wrapping around the back is Beck, but he's going to be seen by Snare anytime soon. Beck and Snare are going to go toe-to-toe as the rest of the team. They go at it at A. There's 30 seconds remaining on that C4. Snare actually gets the better of Beck. That's going to give him a chance to rotate and help his team as MKZ gets Dipsy. MKZ takes out Slayer. Snare, last man standing. MKZ and HDZ, look at that collapse around that stair. One over the top, one staying at the top, and they get the kill. And that's a nice defuse and a win for unKnights.
Yeah. MKZ, it almost felt like Doom assumed he was going to get a free plant, and then he just got his head taken off. And that really put a delay to the whole machine, the whole push that was coming through from the side of Anubis. So, yeah, definitely put a wrench in the gears on that one. And MKZ afterwards as well picked up a double kill, so 3 kills to start us off. That's a lot more than he had in the last one.
I told you.
Not to call him out, just a positive change, right? And that's what you need on the side of unKnights.
It is. They need all the positivity they can get. They have a mountain in front of them, but they can definitely climb it. Anubis are 1-up overall. And now they're 1 kill up in this round. So what are we going to see? How are unKnights going to respond to being a man down on Ankara?
Yeah, this is the matchup I was looking forward to seeing happen a bit more. The 2 snipers going head-to-head. This time Snare got the better of him. A lot of times we did not see them really butt heads on Black Widow, but perhaps a little bit more on this one. As down 3B bottom, here comes Anubis. It's only Beck in position, as we do have Pietro all the way out in office, not really in position to get here on time, as this push is coming in.
Beck's going to try to buy as much time as possible. Pops out, gets Hussam, but does get taken out with that board. Enough time for the rest of unKnights to try and filter in, but they're filtering in one by one, and one by one they fall as Anubis are good to just take them out. Slayer does get a face full there, and yeah.
He had 1 health. He was trying to get some information and maybe the jump on HCZ, but he stays calm. Now he's got to push into 2 people here.
Yeah, and he doesn't have much time, about 14 seconds remaining if he's going to be able to tap the C4. Does get Doom, but there's one behind him, and that one is Dipsy. As Dipsy cleanly takes HCZ off the map, and it's 1-1 again.
You know, all starts off with the pick-off on B bottom. Snare able to win that sniper battle. You take HDZ off the map early on, you're going to be extremely happy. I know these other guys on the side of unKnights are fully capable of holding their own and clutching rounds, but you know, if you want to take out one person in particular, definitely HDZ. Here comes Anubis now into the A site, and unKnights have only been stacking 2 guys onto A. Let's see how this one goes, as MKZ says, you only need me, actually. I'm going to take down 3. As HDZ's like, I'm going to help, and MKZ's like, I don't think I really needed your help, actually. And a very solid hold. Nobody dies on the side of unKnights.
Yeah, HCZ got the 5th and final kill in that one, and anything you can do, I can do better, right? You get a double kill, I'll take a double kill. Oh, but there's only 5 people, so one of us needs a triple kill. Great defense there by unKnights. We do see Doom just taking a few pot shots through the smoke. I don't think he connected with much. So we're going to have to see how they perform this time around. And a lot of rotations coming through around the bypass area. Just feeling each other out, trying to get that information that is so desperately needed to eke out an advantage on this map.
Let's see Anubis once again looking to at least pressure into B bottom. A lot of times, both of these teams, they'll push into one area, but they won't commit to it. They're just trying to get pickoffs. They're just trying to get information. Seeing, hey, unKnights, they've got 1 guy in B bottom already. That means maybe they've got 3 guys over on the B side of the map. Perhaps we go for a push onto A. And using that information to go for pushes. Slayer pushes in with just a pistol and gets 2 kills, just like that. He does get taken out by Back, who is able to trade at least the 1 back.
Yeah, but he got 2 very important kills. HCZ being off the board and Pietro being off the board is big for Anubis. Those are 2 players who definitely can make the Dipsy. And Dipsy!
There he is.
Just, again, sleep comes in and just gets a massive swing for his team. And I don't think HDZ is long for this world. He might actually get Sam down here. Nice shooting with the pistol. Does get 1, but cannot make it 2. And Anubis take the win.
Yeah, very nicely done. Dipsy just lurking in the front yard, and unKnights had no idea. And the timing is just impeccable. That's what we've come to expect from this player. And really turns the tides. You know, it was a relatively close map until that happened. And now, on this one, Snare going to pick off MKZ for yet another good start for the team.
Yeah, Anubis are just getting a bit of the rub of the green. You know, they're getting the luck they need to be able to take the wins in this one.
I think that's the first time I've heard anyone say that.
What, rub of the green?
Yeah, in my entire life.
Do you not watch sports with green fields or green cloths? Snooker, soccer?
Sometimes.
Yeah, it's rub of the green. Anyway, they're going to push into B. And it's 5 against 1. Beck is all alone here. It seems like he's going to dance around the boxes, but Sam is good too, making sure HDZ cannot come in and help his partner. So it's 4v1. 5v1, sorry.
It's a lot versus Pietro.
And Pietro goes down.
Yeah. Pietro himself, 0 and 4. I think we're missing one of those deaths from the first round. So that may have been reset. But yeah, Anubis, I have to say, maybe the people who predicted this team to make it to the grand finals were correct, because certainly looking like one of the better teams we've seen so far playing today. Especially, you know, back on Blacklist side. Pietro gonna get the drop, or gonna get dropped on again. A Slayer just controls the office, it feels like. Nice little flick there from HDZ. Really gonna need those, but Snare again getting the value here in mid.
It's all going Anubis's way, it feels like, so far this half. And I mean, unKnights just look a little bit lost right now. It's up to Pietro to kind of calm his team down and bring them back together. As MKZ peeking around this corner does get Doom. That's 1. That's what they need. They need every advantage they can get, but Dipsy gets MKZ. And it's looking like it's going to be Anubis' map as Snare picks out HCZ, and only 1 remains. He's got to hold this site all on his own. from a passageway, which makes it very, very hard. HDZ has to get it done. The C4 is planted, so now there's 40 seconds. HDZ has a sniper. He has
Is he
a
gonna
dream.
push this with the AWM?
I mean, if anyone can do it, he can. Comes around the box, does get tipsy, but Slayer is good to clean that up. And that's 3 in a row for Anubis.
Yeah, 4-2. Feels like maybe the biggest lead we've had so far between these two teams, actually. I can't really recall another time where we've had a 2-round lead for either side over the course of these two maps.
unKnights went 2 up in Black Widow right at the beginning when they looked very, very strong.
There you go.
But you're right, it's been toe to toe.
Still counts.
Well, if they win one more.
Yeah.
But no, Anubis are looking very, very good right now. They look solid. unKnights look a little bit disorganized. They're not. They're second to every gunfight, if that makes sense. Like they're not getting the drop.
Yeah.
As best as they could. I mean, we saw Pietro get the drop and just get obliterated on the stairs as Beck trying to do what he can to bring his team back up to only 4-3 behind. Being 1 behind is a lot better than being 3 behind.
Yeah, absolutely. And yeah, I do have to agree. It does feel like individual players are getting a lot more value than their counterparts on the other side. Snare, another pick off. And this time it's on to the current MVP of unKnights, which is MKZ. He's going to be taken out. As now trying to aggressively challenge them on A. It is not working. And Beck comes over, gets sprayed down through the smoke as well, and it's down to HCZ, and this time he doesn't even get the bonus kill. It's 5-2, and Slayer has declared that he and Snare are actually the 2 players to look out for.
Absolutely, absolutely. And Anubis are in the driving seat of this one, and if they can get 1 more, they're going to be looking good to take this whole thing. They're already 1 map up. Sam actually gets 1 through the box, but Beck does clean up on the other side. But Dipsy again gets 1. Pietro gets 1, and Pietro instantly gets taken out. It's 1-for-1 trades, but it's 3 against 2. Slayer goes down. HDZ is, I'll do this all on my own. Don't you worry, boys. The Snare wraps around the back, but does take down HDZ. So HDZ is up against Snare and Dipsy. Snare is 12-4 right now.
I feel like anytime we... Anytime I call out HCZ and call him a good player, Snare like hears it through the void, and he's like, yeah, I'm going to just go 3 KD. So I mean, shut you down now. HCZ, nice try at the end, but it's all Dipsy to clean that one up. As unKnights, you know, they tried to get ahead of the play. They tried to get aggressive to change up the flow. Did not work out.
No, it really isn't working out for them at all, but I don't know what will, because they just look second to every gunfight. I mean, they're just not looking as sharp as they did on map 1. But anything can happen here. Pietro stands on top of the stairs and gets absolutely obliterated by Slayer, but Beck does clean it up. So it's a 1-for-1 trade. As MKZ pops off, he gets 2, but Doom takes him out. ACZ trying to do what he can. He does get 1 of his own. It's 3 against 1. Snare all alone and cannot make it work as ACZ does finish him off with a pistol. And we go into the swap at 6-3.
Yeah, nice job from the side of unKnights to finally get a round win after losing 5 in a row. Keeps them in this map. You know, we've seen crazier comebacks than this, of course. Crossfire always offers a whole slew of crazy comebacks and upsets and stuff like that, so don't be surprised if unKnights pull something out of the hat here. Although, you know, certainly Anubis have been in total control of this map, even more than I think the score suggests.
Yeah, but we have to see how they play on the Global Risk side. It is a little tricky. Especially when Blacklist have, you know, full control over this map most of the time. As we do see Dipsy actually be in the middle of no man's land. He's gone through the office and he's just chilling over there. Was looking at Beck, but Beck does smartly retreat and is trying to land a couple of grenades. Didn't connect, but a nice try.
Yeah, definitely a good look, as unKnights have elected to slow things down here. And that was their MO on Black Widow as well from the Blacklist side. Just really slow things down, try to play at their pace, try not to get picked off, and then go for a set play. Although that is a very good catch there by Dipsy to just be in the office, spot a little push coming forward, gives them some good information, allows a slight rotation out of A, which you can see on the mini-map. They get 3 people onto B, 1 guy in mid, ready to support.
Yeah, and I mean, leaving only Slayer there looking at A on the A passage is perfectly fine, because the A passage to B side is not as long as it looks. It looks like it's an absolutely epic journey. You know, he's going to throw the ring into Mordor, but it's actually a lot shorter than it looks. It does not take a lot of time to rotate from A to B or B to A. But it is an A push, and Slayer has a lot to do to hold up this push so the rest of his team can rotate over. We do have Doom going a little bit deeper. He might actually run into Beck, but right now it's all on Pietro. Slayer, who Sam gets HCZ, and it's back and forth trades again. Beck does get taken out there by Doom as Pietro takes him out, and it's 3 against 3. Dipsy, Snare, and Hussam all go down low, and there it is. HDZ cleans it up, and that's a round for unKnights.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised that Anubis did not expect the rotation back to A, or if they did, they just elected to say, okay, let's kind of give them A and then go for a retake. But the retake came in so quickly, Slayer kind of went in alone, immediately got mowed down, and then your retake immediately loses a lot of strength. Even though they did get that win in Connector, actually, with Doom getting the drop there, still the flank wasn't enough to come in there and actually retake it. So very nicely done from the side of unKnights. Although I did feel like it was a bit predictable. Obviously, we can see all the rotations. A Snare, once again, is going to get a huge value kill. First kill here on this round.
Yeah, and that kind of changes the way that Anubis are going to be defending this. They're a man up, make it 2 as Snare picks up another. So yeah, they're going to be able to dictate this one a lot more, since they have that 2-man advantage, and also every single member of Anubis is pretty much full. So they have a lot to play with. HDZ is about 50%, everyone else about 75%, and they're going to walk around the corner. Snare patiently waiting, and he doesn't catch anyone in the Snare this time around, but the grenade is good. He's going to pop out and misses as Pietro gets one. Dipsy takes out Pietro. It's a 1-for-1 trade, and that's not what you need when you're unKnights, because you're men down. But it's now A2 against 3.
Yeah, and you can see HTZ, he's poking out here, trying to catch the rotation, and he gets a free drop onto Slayer, and will even up the current score of players left alive. 2 against 2. Here comes Doom and his buddy Hassam, and they're going to isolate HTZ. Very nicely done, as the bomb's still down, and HTZ not going to hit that, as Hassam takes him out, makes it 7-4 in favor of Anubis.
Yeah, you can almost taste the win if you're Anubis. Now you're so close to getting that important one match victory in this round robin format. All you need is one to pretty much guarantee at least 2nd place in the group, unless all kinds of funkiness happens as Pietro gets Dipsy, as Dipsy was kind of lolling around that corner. And yeah, taken out with pretty much nothing in return. So just 1 man down on the side of Anubis.
Yeah. Hasn't been the case that unKnights get that first kill. Generally it's Snare or someone else on the side of Anubis. And now HTZ says, okay, I'm gonna pull out these early pickoffs. Gets the 1. Here comes Slayer. I don't believe MKZ saw him, but now he's gonna hear him running around the box. And Slayer's still gonna get that win, but that only makes it 2 against 4 instead of 2 against 5.
Yeah, still in a bad position, and now they know that Slayer's lurking around the back. They might keep someone down on that that corner there, down in the office, and maybe just see if he's going to snap around. But Snare does get 1. He's going to know what to do. Missed the 2nd. Pietro does take him out, so now it's Slayer against HDZ. HDZ goes down. That's one big kill. Slayer has 2 more to go. He's going to switch to a rifle and is going to try to assault this bomb site.
Yeah, I mean, Slayer, incredibly clutch. He's done this before, and look at that kill. He spots HDZ, but he can't land the shots. And HDZ is going to shut down any hopes of a clutch there right at the end. Keeps it close. A very important round, as now we're at 5-7.
5-7. 2 teams very equally matched. And it's looking like unKnights might be able to claw something back from this. They're only 2 down now. And they just need a big early kill to kind of carry that momentum forward as Beck does wrap around the corner. He gets Dipsy. Not the most impactful of kills because Dipsy is very on-off. But a kill is a kill, and that's 1 step closer to just being 1 behind.
Yeah, still going to feel very good for them as Doom comes over to essentially replace him. He's got some backup from Snare. As now Doom is getting aggressive on the back, will win the very close firefight, survives with 13 health. And gives them a shot here to even things up.
Oh, grenade there trying to catch Doom. It was very, very close, that frag grenade, to clip in his toes. And again, dodges another one, I believe, this time from Pietro. So Doom is somehow dodging those grenades being targeted roughly where he would be, where they expect him to be. And both times, that red circle comes very, very close to actually landing on top of him.
Here comes unKnights straight into A. There's only Slayer unspotted for now, and Pietro gonna get his revenge. We saw so many times Slayer was winning the 1v1s between those 2 players, but not anymore. Pietro has definitely stepped it up here from the Blacklist side and is pulling his weight. And sometimes that's all you need on the side of unKnights is for Pietro to pull his weight. If that's happening, you know you're in a good spot.
Yeah, definitely. Snare goes down to HDZ. And now it's all looking unKnights as they pick up a massive, massive win. And now they are just that 1 round behind.
Yeah, this is immediately a close match once again, as unKnights may be feeling the pressure, because not only is it bad to lose a match, but if you go down 0-2, your chances of making it into the next round are pretty slim from there.
Yeah, even if you do end up getting 1 win,
yeah,
when it comes to tie breaks, it's going to be very, very awkward.
Yeah, absolutely. You want to at least pick up 1 map. Ideally, you would want the entire match. But let's see what they have in the bag. Are they capable of shoring this up and making a bit of a comeback here on Ankara? Whereas it's looked like the Blacklist side has been the strength of both of these teams.
Yeah, it definitely has been, as MKZ does need a flash. He's going to be able to poke around this corner, but Slayer takes him off the board, and Slayer makes it a double, taking HDZ down the back as Dipsy picks up a big kill on Beck, and now momentum is all on the side of Anubis as Pietro and HDZ are the last 2 members remaining.
Slayer is kind of insane.
Yeah.
This guy, like, oftentimes he's taken 1 at least, and then 2 or 3. He's just so consistent every single round, very confidently peeking into multiple people and winning firefights. That's just the kind of player that's going to win you maps. And he has been carrying his weight, certainly doing even more than that. As now Pietro, he's going to get this bomb down. It's still a 2v5 scenario. As Snare coming out here aggressively with the sniper, leading the charge. HTZ does get 1. HTZ gets 2. Pietro gets 1 as well. They're showing up in a big way, but it's just too many members on the side of Anubis, and they will pick up their 8th round.
That was almost a super, super clutch there by unKnights, but unfortunately falling at that final hurdle, just not enough to take the round, and is 6-8. Anubis 2 away from taking this match and almost guaranteeing themselves a spot in the final as Anubis gets one with Snare. But look at this, it's all Anubis. Doom, Hussam, and Slayer picking up big kills as Slayer picks up the double, and they are 1 away from taking this match.
Yeah, Anubis, this time they give unKnights a taste of their own medicine. They say, we're going to charge in the corners as well. We are going to take it definitively, and that they did. They're just 1 round away. Let's see if they can cap this one off with a nice win at 10-6. Anubis, they're going up against an extremely strong opponent, and unKnights, the only way you get a 2-0 is if you're just that good.
Yeah, I mean, Anubis are a very, very strong team, but unKnights also now have to go up against Lazarus tomorrow, and that's going to be a very, very tricky match for them. They're, you know, Lazarus are always in and about the top teams in this region. They always seem to pull it out when they need to. And yeah, it's going to be a tough day ahead, but they're not out of this one yet. They could easily string 3 together and take us to those extra rounds. So we're going to have to see what they can pull out of the hat on this one.
Anubis, 4 people over here at B, trying to read the pressure. unKnights have elected to slow things down, especially after losing an aggressive round there over in quarters. And let's see where they could go for their potentially their final push. Obviously, they don't want that to be their final push for their own sake, but every single round matters now for them.
Yeah, they cannot afford to lose some cheap kills. They cannot afford to be dropped on. They cannot afford to not check and clear their corners. Beck looking to make a move through. Snare, though, is waiting to spring this trap. As Pietro might be the first one through, and he is, but oh, Pietro gets a big kill there and make it a double, but Hussam picks up a double on his own. And then MKZ gets a double, so it's a double here.
Whoa. It's a lot of doubles.
A lot of doubles, but Slayer, last man standing. unKnights look as though they're going to give themselves 1 extra life so far in this match, and they've got to do it a couple more times. HDZ is very, very low. MKZ is low. HCZ is low, but not as low as Slayer, who is hanging on. Doesn't hang on any longer as HTZ does get the drop on him. And unKnights take round 16. But still, 2 more match points for Anubis.
Yeah, definitely a good showing in that round from unKnights. I feel like Pietro, I don't know, some kind of fire has been lit in this guy, because he is not the guy who generally, you know, entries and picks up 2 kills and nearly kills a 3rd, right? But he is having an incredible map so far. Just really want to shout him out because everybody loves to make fun of how, you know, sometimes he doesn't even need to shoot a shot and his team can win because he doesn't necessarily provide outside of the IGLing. But he has certainly done a lot more than that here in this map. So good stuff to him, but needs to lead his team to 2 more rounds.
Does pre-shooting into the box, no one there. So MKZ just going to, you know, move back. Maybe look at poking out again in a couple of seconds just to, you know, feel things out. But again, unKnights are playing this very, very patiently. And it worked last time, right? Like, they did pretty well in the last one. So hopefully it works out for them again so they can take us to those extra rounds. Slayer, Doom holding this bomb site. They're going to be faced with a big unKnights push, as it does look as though A is going to be the location. As we do see that old dummy grenade there coming from unKnights, and now it is go time. Pietro first through the door. Slayer goes down. Pietro, you said he's been eating something. He is on fire right now.
He keeps getting revenge. Like, now it's Slayer that has to get revenge on Pietro because he's gotten so many of those 1v1 kills. And unKnights, very clean entry here onto the A site. Smoke is down, 30 seconds, And this is a really difficult retake. They even have HTZ back at quarters just waiting for them to go for the rotation. Picks off Dipsy. And that's just about all of the wins taken out of their sails. They have so many crossfires. It's crossfire squared. HTZ gonna pick up one. Pietro gonna top it off. And now they're only 1 round away from making some extra rounds happen.
Yeah, I mean, that was a stunning idea, leaving HDZ so deep. When you know the tournament life was on the line, essentially at this point, and leaving him deep just to get the drop on people was absolute genius.
Yeah, certainly helps that they had 5 people alive, and Pietro is the best entry guy we've seen today.
Yeah, he's nuts.
We're seeing a lot of new things happen here at this tournament.
Yeah.
It's been very fun so far.
Right, so where are we with this one? Anubis need this to clinch the match. unKnights need this to take us to the extra rounds where they can challenge to take us to that set 3. They deserve the chance. Will Anubis grant that wish? Might not. If they do, it would be unwillingly granted.
Yeah.
So where are we? Where's everyone hanging out? The offices? Is that the place to be right now? Do you think that's a smart move by unKnights?
unKnights, I hope they don't get too in their heads about this last round, because they have been known to certainly take their time. They've had some good pacing over the last couple of rounds, and it does look like they do want to go for kind of an office push. You don't see this too often just because of that small entry. Maybe it's a push in through the front yard. Certainly a very meticulous one, as Anubis do not have a lot of information here.
Snare gets one big kill, Doom gets a second, and it looks as though this is going Anubis' way. Oh, HCZ actually gets Snare off the board, but it is a 4 against 2.1 as MKZ goes down as well. Beck goes down, and it's all looking Anubis. Hussam finishes it off. He gets HCZ off the board, and Anubis take set 2 and the match.